Page 74. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. 4/4 time. So there's 4 counts in a measure, and a quarter note gets a count. We're still in the key of G major. All the F's are going to be sharped, F sharps. Let's check it one hand at a time, make sure we have the fingering and all, because we're kind of moving around a little bit. Right hand first, you're starting here. Don't forget the F sharp. So it's 3, 4, 1, and. Well, that's simple enough. At the end of the line, it's the whole notes, that's a C and a D. Same time. Sounds wonderful, don't it? And then measure 5. During the rest, you come up 1. So it's here and hit 3. Now we're in this position. 1 and 2 and cross over. That's all right, I hope. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then like you were at the beginning again. Measure 13. You're back up here again like you were in the second line. 1, 2. Now it's a D sharp. Crossover for the D sharp. So now we're in this position. That's okay. Then for the last measure, the page is an F natural. They want 4 and then 3. Ugh. I don't want to go from 4 to 3. I really don't want to do that. Yuck. So I would suggest for the half note, instead of 1, 4, play it 1, 2. So the half notes with here, just scrunch up a little bit and do 1, 2. Here. Now your third finger's in play. You can, right there, you're ready to go. I mean, either way is a little, but I would rather do this than to do this. That's dangerous. I don't recommend it. However, let's go on. 3. Measure 17. Don't forget the F sharps. And then now they would scrunch up a little bit and third finger on the F sharp. This way we're in position. And then going on, you can get that. Measure 24. That's 1 before measure 25. You see the numbers in the little boxes? Measure number. Okay. Measure 24, you're here, and then you cross over. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and rest. And then you back like you were at the beginning. Measure 29. Again, they want here. And they say lift 4. No. That's just poor fingering in my opinion. I don't recommend that at all. It's a beginner's fingering and you're starting to get up a little bit. This is still sort of beginner's music, but let's lose a better fingering than that. So rather than on measure 29, rather than a 1, 3, 5, do a 1, 2, 4 in this position. This way the little finger is ready for the C. So it's, you can still use thumb on the G, but I connect all that very comfortably with the hands. They have a phrase lifting there. There is no phrase break there. That should all be connected as far as I'm. All of that should be connected. So yeah. That chord, and then this chord. If you don't want to be up in here, you can use second finger. I'll leave that up to you and the size of your hands, or your teacher will help you. And then the last line, I think you can get this. Okay, left hand. Here to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget the F sharp. 1, 2. Then we have a D sharp, G sharp. Back that what we were doing before. Now let's go to the bottom of page 74, the last 2 measures. It's like measure 15 and 16. You're here, and then you can go ahead and use 5 and 1 again. Just come down. And then for the next one, go ahead and do that. 3. Now, They don't give you any fingering here, and I think most people would just use a typical beginner fingering on these notes. You'd go here, 5-1, and then 5-1 again. And then for measure 17, you use 5 on the C. I'm going to ask you to use a little more advanced fingering here. So rather than here on the E, B, this is measure 15. Rather than 5-1, I'm going to ask you to reach out a little bit and use 3-1. And then the next one, use 4-1. And then your little finger's right there ready for the C on measure 17. I want to hear the bass note, and the thumb's going to cover the others. Here, that's what I'm recommending you try. And then measure 18, during the rest you come up. C, thumb is under. And then measure 21, you're back thumb now. Then want thumb again. You don't need to, you can use third finger. You don't need to keep using 1, 2, 1, 2 all the time. We need to use all the fingers. So on measure 21, it's 1 is okay, but then use third finger, not 1. 4, 1. Here. Just stay pretty much in this position. And at the end of the line is 1. So forth. At the end, the last 2 measures, you're here. And then the very last measure is a G here, except it has an AV8 under it. So if your keyboard is big enough, if you have the note, go down an octave here. If you don't have the note, just play the lowest G you have. It's close enough. Put the hands together here. Real slowly, we're just trying to get the hands to work together here. Connect everything for now. Then here, these 3 notes here, and then hold the right hand down. And then the right hand's going to come up during the rest. It's here. 1. And connect this between measures 6 and 7. Connect that. It's melody. Here, and then it's a little weird. Go on, it's like it was at the beginning. Let's go down to measure 13. You're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Make sure you hold the left hand down, it's a whole note. There. 1 and 2 and 3 and. The C sharp is on beat 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And 2 and. Get the idea. Measure 29. We're here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect all this together. 1, 2, 3, 4. And connect this and this. 2 and then here. Sounds a little weird at the end, but that's what they wanted, so that's what we're giving them. You go through and try and get the hands together, and then go back through it a few hundred times and work out all the hesitations so that it's a steady beat. Doesn't matter how fast you go at this point, keep it slow, but it's got to be a steady beat. Once you can do that, then we'll think about the phrasing. I don't like Faber's phrasing, I never have. I prefer, I think, to follow the words, since there's words here, and if there's a break in the words, like a comma or a semicolon or a period, then I'll have a phrase. I'll just lift up for the phrasing in the right hand, or in the melody. At the beginning, right there, lift up. So there's a little silence there because there's a semicolon. Now lift up. It's a new phrase. And you can go ahead and connect this part. Now measure 17 going on, we're up here. They have a comma after Golden Days, but I don't consider this really a new phrase. So I think I would connect this. I would connect all that together as one phrase. And then lift up. Lift up. And connect at the end of measure 24, the 8th notes. Connect those to what's after. Connect all that. They lead into it, so connect it. Now here there's no comma or anything in the word, so I would connect all this between measures 26 and 27. I would connect it. So again, measure 25, we're here. Connect. Now lift up. And I'm connecting all this. Now, hold the left hand. And I'll connect all this. Connect all that. So put in the phrasing as you see fit or as your teacher sees fit. Then we'll add the dynamics. They apply to the melody. Do the best you can with it. Of course you will. Medium soft mezzo piano. That applies to the melody. All of this is melody, so it's sort of soft. And the measure 4, the left hand needs to be very soft. That's very soft. We want to hear that. And then measure 5, first note's melody, the second isn't. So it's here, here. Then they give a crescendo. Right there on the A. That's where you're going. You're only going to go up to about a moderately loud here. So a little loud here. So, and the left hand's very soft. Except for the first note, because that's melody. That's melody. Bring it out. This is not. That should be soft. It should be clear to the listener which notes are melody and which are not. So it's like on measure 7. First note is melody, the rest of that is not. So that comes, and then melody again. Now they did give you the hairpin on measure 8 to get softer here. Well, I'm going to get softer anyway because it's not melody. Then at measure 9, you're back to moderately soft like you were at the beginning. And so you can put in the dynamics. You need to get to know it well enough you feel these dynamics. What you're doing are suggestions, but get to where you can feel these crescendos and decrescendos and things. Get to where it's the melody. If you have to, just play the melody by itself so you can get an idea of the dynamics and the melody, and just make everything else in the background as best you can. Speed. Well, this is a slow piece. Not too slow. On piano, too slow just drags. Slowly. That just drags because the piano is too percussive. So we got to speed it up a little bit, but not much. We're not talking about speed of the beat. We're talking about the flow and the feel of the piece. And at the end, the last couple measures, you have an RIT, a retardando, you go slow down. And that's very soft, very soft. When I play this, I still want to hear this. I want to hear all of that. So you got to be very soft. Don't use the soft pedal, that's cheating. Got to learn to do this. It's a nice, gentle stroke with the hand on this. Stay loose, relaxed. I'm just kind of stroking the key very gently. This too. We're just trying to get the key to go down as slowly as possible and still sound a note. And this is one of the ways we can do this with this motion. Now they've added pedal on here, and it would be nice to add some overtones, but we don't want to be smearing this up too much. So let's examine exactly, if I pedal it like they're showing, this is what it sounds like. The notes go down first and then the pedal. And I'll lift the pedal after I play the first eighth note. And again. And again, measure 5, I push the pedal down after you play the note. And that's basically what they're doing until you get to measure 15, you're here. And you're gonna lose this. So you have to listen very carefully to the pedaling, and if you like it at the beginning, I mean, it is a chord, it sounds nice together. So if you want it all together, fine, do it. If you don't like it, don't pedal it. See, in my mind, I don't want to pedal until I get to measure 4 on the whole note. I want to pedal that. I want to give that color. And then lift up before I go on and not pedal measure 5. I'm making this a little complicated, but it comes, I don't know how much you struggle with this stuff. On measure 5, I'd rather not pedal that. But I would like to connect the chords in the left hand. I need the pedal for that. Well, what I can do is I can pedal just long enough to connect the chords, and that's it. So here, push that now and lift up. I don't pedal this until I get to measure 12 here. I pedal that. And then lift up. And again, I'm going to connect the chords in the left hand. But I don't want to pedal this because I want to hear the silence in the right hand. I'm going to lift up. I want to hear that silence, so I have to lift the pedal up. And I don't need that. Measure 17, I can pedal it to connect the repeated notes. But I'm going to lift up with the 8th note. And on measure 20, I can pedal that to connect it and to give it overtones. But lift up because it's a new phrase. Lift up the pedal with the hands. And on measure 21, I can pedal it to connect the 8th or the repeated notes. Change it though when you do that. When the left hand changes, change the pedal there. Actually, you can just lift it up. You don't need to. So really, I guess in measure 21, I'm pedaling the first 2 beats. And on measure 24, I don't pedal that. So forth. Measure 29, again I'm going to pedal just so I can connect the chords in the left hand. Now here I'm going to pedal these. In measure 31, I'm going to pedal immediately because I want the overtones here. Change it. And now you can lift up. On measure 33, right after I play the first note, I lift up and I don't pedal this. And then the last 2 measures you can pedal. So we get all of that sound together. That's kind of neat. So those are my suggestions. And I know I'm complicating the pedaling quite a bit, but it's so important that you listen very carefully to the effect the pedal has to the sound. So I'm suggesting you pedal it this way if you can. If you're struggling with it, forget it. Pedal it like they're showing, but I don't think it's going to sound nearly as nice. It's my opinion. fermata at the end, I just hold that out as long as it feels right. If I play it with a metronome, I'll just hold the left hand half note out 4 counts instead of 2 and then lift both hands. Now, if I play this several times, I would play it different every time. So don't copy me. You make it yours. You do your thing. I like to check the notes and the rhythms and everything with you. So let's play it together very slowly, just to make sure you're playing the same note I'm playing at the same time I'm playing it. Not doing any dynamics. I'll pedal it as I suggested. Good luck. We'll see. I keep experimenting with the pedal because I like the different sounds it might produce. Yeah. So I'll give us 4 counts. Let's go over it very slowly. 1, 2, ready, go. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.